Hi, and welcome to Alaskan in the Philippines. Today I thought I'd talk about the Philippines a little bit and some common knowledge that everyone's aware of, that the Philippines, they speak English. That's an English-speaking country. Well, I got a little news for you. It's not, it's not at all. When they're speaking to each other, they're speaking in Tagalog, Bisaya, Bisaya if you're in the Cebu, Dumaguete area, and Tagalog if you're up north in Manila area. And I believe, from what I've heard, there's like 35 or 40 languages spoken throughout the Philippines. So it's not an English-speaking country. It really ain't. The thing is, you can get there and the large majority of people you'll meet will know some English, enough to just make small talk, sometimes not even that. Some much better than that too. Some can hold on. Some, the accent is so thick you can't quite understand them. You'll have them repeat it 3 times and you still don't get it, but they're looking at you like I'm speaking properly. So that's one thing to consider. Everybody's assuming that the Philippines is an English speaking, but it's not. When they're speaking, when you're anywhere, you're going to just hear them conversing to each other in their own language, Bisaya or Tagalog. And it's everywhere around you. So it's the same, pretty much the same as living here, in Thailand, almost, because everywhere around me, I hear Thai all day long. In the Philippines, every day, all around me, I hear Bisaya all day long. They're not speaking English to each other. One strange thing about the Philippines, they'll throw an English word in with their Bisaya while they're speaking. They do it in Tagalog too. You'll hear them speaking along in Bisaya, and all of a sudden the word government will pop in, and then they'll go right back into the Bisaya. So you'll be like, wow, I can understand a little of what's going on. But I don't know why they do that. The Eskimos did that too. I guess they didn't have a word for it back in the day, so they just come up with a word, or they used our word for it. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. But they mix in a little English, very, very little. But when they're speaking to each other, you won't hear it much. But you'll hear, like when somebody's talking in a long speech, once in a while, the English word will pop out of there. I don't understand why. But yeah, so keep that in mind. Those of you that think you're going to that have decided that Thailand's not for you and you're going to move to the Philippines because they speak English there. Well, you won't hear it around you. Your girlfriend will be able to speak English to you, no doubt. You'll find a girl that'll speak English enough to where you can understand each other anyway. You're not going to get into some deep dive, in-depth conversations about, the world and all of that. So, but you'll be able to converse with her, and she'll be able to translate for you, which is kind of a good thing too, But then keep this in mind, like all the parties and gatherings, family pig roast, they'll do lechon a lot. Filipinos celebrate every holiday we do, and then they got, 100 more. The whole neighborhoods have parties once a year, to barangay parties. They'll roast pigs and they'll last for a whole weekend or 3 days. Sometimes they drinking and gambling and everything else going on for, parties. And then they have November fiesta. They have Christmas. Christmas starts in September. They just keep celebrating. They're constantly celebrating. So anyway, you're going to get to one of these parties or gatherings or, events, and everybody's going to be speaking their, Bisaya, and you're going to be sitting there with no one to talk to unless there's another expatriate around sitting there can talk to you, or your girlfriend will talk to you once in a while. Do you need more? Would you like more lechon, or something? And then you're just going to know I'm full, and then she's going to go right back to cackling away with her friends and all laughing and having a good time, and you're still going to be stuck there not knowing what's being said. So it can be the same thing as in Thailand. And you're going to ask your girlfriend, oh, what did they say? What did they say? And she'll be translating for a while, but then you'll get tired of asking her, and she'll probably get tired of having to do it all the time for every little thing that ain't probably involved you or not. So that can get tiresome for her and probably you, to where you might give up and then just sit there and listen to the chatter of what you can't understand for an hour or two or three at a party or an event or church or something too. You know, you're not going to always hear English. And one good thing about the Philippines, the signage, most of the signage is in English, so you can always read everything pretty much. And the Visayan or Tagalog probably wouldn't be as hard to learn as Thai. It kind of rolls off your tongue, and they use the alphabet that we're familiar with, so it's just pretty much the pronunciation of our alphabet, just their words, so it can be learned. It seemed to me it would be easier than learning Thai, because Thai is tonal and all that, you know. You got to get it just right. Same with Yupik Eskimo. You have to get the just right, or they have no clue what you're saying. In English, if we say, oh, look at the big beautiful tree over there, you'd know, oh, well, he's trying to say tree. But no, in Yupik, I know, they just know, what are you talking about? So you got to get things just right. And I don't know, I'm trying to learn a little bit of Thai. I'm trying to listen to my Google Translate to pick up on a few phrases. I've picked up on a few Visayan, a little bit of Tagalog phrases in the Philippines too. Small things, small words and stuff. So that can help you get through it too. But like I'm talking about, I just wanted to bring that to your attention, that if you're deciding for sure, dead set on coming to the Philippines and over Thailand because of the language issue, keep in mind you're kind of going to be in the same boat. Although people will be able to converse with you in English in the Philippines, you're not going to be around a bunch of English speaking. That's one thing, that you're still going to be an alien wandering through a place where they're speaking a different language. So that's just to be aware of that. People, you know, if there's a problem at the ticket counter where you're flying or something, the agents, they all speak really good English, and you know, the Philippines, they'll come up and ask you, sir, you have a problem or something, to help you out or something. Filipinos are very, very helpful, and that aspect of them knowing English and being very, very helpful is a good thing too. You know, that can really help you out. They always are very helpful to go above and beyond the call of any help that, you know, and can't even tip them. Sometimes they won't do it. You know, this is their job, to be helpful to you. You know, so that's one cool aspect of the Philippines. And the Thai, I guess they're good and they're nice. Very friendly people so far I've seen, and they're just a bit more standoffish. They can't strike up a conversation like a Filipinos will. Every morning when I walk through the Philippines, I'd get up at 5:30 or 5 o'clock, and I'd 4:30 sometimes, and I'd take off walking by about 6 a.m. The whole city's bustling and ready, and kids are even lined up getting ready for school, and it's crazy. It's so early in the morning because it's the cool time. All the street vendors are there. They're cooking barbecue on the streets, and there's food for sale. Everybody, you know, and everybody's buying, and it's pretty cool. And every morning when I walk down that road, I get, hello, sir, good morning, sir, good morning, sir, all the way down the road, maybe 10, 15 people, all good morning. Everybody you meet is good morning, sir, every day in the afternoon. Even when it's evening, they'll still be saying, good afternoon, sir. But they're very, that's kind of a cool thing, too. They're very open to speaking with you, I think a lot of them want to just try out their English, too. You know, they don't get a chance to speak English. They learn it in school. They teach English throughout grade school, and I believe through high school, too. And they learn it in school, but they never get a chance to use it. They're always speaking their native language to each other, but so when they get a foreigner once in a while, they want to try out some of their language, English, you know, and that's kind of cool. But yeah, in the Thai, they're so lost, a lot of them, they won't try, you know, because it's hard for them, I guess, probably since their language is so different from English, and I'm sure it's the same with our English to them, that it's hard for them to learn it and talk it, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, that's some thoughts I thought I'd relay to you, all of those of you that ruled out Thailand because of the language barrier from my last video. I'd like to mention that you're going to run into a lot of them same challenges in the Philippines, although you'll have a life ring where you can always go find someone that speaks pretty good English there. You know, here in Thailand, you might be in a crowd of not too many English speakers, or nobody will want to try. So you never know. it's a toss-up. One way or another, you're going to be immersed in a culture where you're not familiar with, and it's not a bad thing. You know, it's challenge is always good. Keeps your mind working, might help you learn things, bring your dull senses back to life. If you've just been sitting there and your mind's been rotting away from your old job and you're done with it finally in life, and now it's time to move on, maybe some new challenges ain't all that bad. So far, I'm just going to embrace it, try get along as much as I can. Maybe I'll find a better alternative or another place, or maybe even back to the Philippines. I don't know. We'll see, and I'll keep trying. I'm going to hang out here for now. It's nice here, but like I say, I'm going to keep an open mind and try to be an open book and see if I can make it work here. Well, if you learned anything, have a good day, and thanks, and we'll see you in the next one. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.